Alright, guys, so my Ignite talk is about the battle of the cell phone. The cell phones are a constant problem in middle and high schools, and we have to figure out how we are going to deal with it. The problem is that when we walk into school, cell phones are everywhere. They're in the classrooms, the hallways, the lunchrooms, anywhere kids are. Normally, they have their cell phones out, and they're looking at them. And I mean, it's obvious why it happens. We are living in a technologically advanced society. 95% of Americans have their own cell phone, so it's obvious that kids are also going to have them as well. And kids use them for social media and all that kind of stuff. It's not uncommon. It's not a shocker. But when we see kids with these cell phones, we immediately take them and we put them in a cell phone hotel or cell blocks or a cell phone graveyard. And that doesn't help anybody because school's purpose is to educate students for the real world and prepare them for that real world. And unfortunately, in most real world settings, no one is going to be taking their cell phone and putting it in a cell phone hotel or a graveyard. And cell phones do serve a real world purpose. Cell phones can be used to set reminders for important events, FaceTime or Skype for interviews and meetings, budget finances, use it as GPS system. They even connect you to the actual real world. So there are good uses for cell phones in general. And the results of taking cell phones and putting them in these cell phone jails or confinement centers are that people or students will sneak and text under their desk. They'll defy us and say, hey, I'm not giving you my property. Or they'll just be so afraid to take out their cell phone, even if they really need to, because they don't want to get in trouble. So with all of this being said, how can we allow cell phones and have engaged students at the same time? It seems like this battle, but is there possibly a solution? And in my opinion, I say yes. We can use our powers to educate and to teach students how to use cell phones responsibly at appropriate times and as tools, how to help them actually prepare for cell phone use in the real world. One of the first ways to do that is right at the first day of class, August 28th, usually somewhere around there. Discuss the expectations for having cell phones. Let the students come up with when it's appropriate or inappropriate to use cell phones and why. Why are there inappropriate times? Another thing that we can do is let them know that not everybody has a cell phone. Some people enjoy just disconnecting, or maybe they can't afford it. They're used to just not having one. There's a lot of different reasons why people might not have cell phones, and we have to make that known that there are people out there, and it's okay if someone chooses to do that. There are also improper uses of cell phones in any setting, which would be recording people without their permission or sending inappropriate photos, cheating using cell phones. So there are some improper uses that we shouldn't be using them for at all in any type of setting. But cell phones can be used as tools to write homework down or take pictures of homework, to use as web tools like Kahoot and Poll Everywhere. We can even deliver curricular materials directly to students' cell phones. So this shows them that they can be used to enrich the learning environment. Most importantly, in my opinion, is that we should be engaging the students with our lessons. Move them around, have them doing group work, engaging activities, minimize downtime, because that's going to stop them from wanting to pull out their cell phone. And most importantly also, we should practice what we teach. So if we tell them, hey, don't be on your cell phones during presentations or while other people are talking, we shouldn't be doing that either as teachers. Whatever we expect of them, we should also do ourselves. But what happens when there's that one student that will just not get off his cell phone and he keeps playing on it? Should we disrupt the classroom or should we not disrupt the classroom? In my opinion, there are a couple things that we can do to help this situation. The first would be to use proximity. Walk closely to that student's desk, maybe rest your hand on his desk, show him that you know he's doing something he shouldn't be doing and you want him to stop while you continue with the lesson. Other students around might not even notice that that's what you're doing, but that student will know. After class, have a one-on-one conversation with that student. You never know why a student might be on their cell phone. Maybe someone's in the hospital and they're just waiting for that call to hear if they're okay. And you shouldn't just assume, because that can put you in a very sticky situation. But talk to that student about how they cannot be on their cell phone or something like that. We should avoid singling students out. We shouldn't humiliate or embarrass kids or disrupt lessons if we can help it. And we shouldn't use kids to set examples, to be super mean to that kid so no one else uses their cell phone. Using these strategies, hopefully we can create an environment where cell phones are used to enrich the learning experience, because maybe it doesn't have to be this battle that we keep making it. So, thank you so much for listening to that all right Ignite Talk.